This is our genetic.
Genetik.
This is our lumrah hidup. Macam mana kita measure? Bukan setakat body weight, bukan setakat body fat, tapi the medical report.
You have no one to disappoint and you can accept your own disappointment.
Okay.
But you malu muka you kalau you disappoint others.
Nak kurus ni buat macam ni, oh tak apa coach, I dah tahu dah. Next year January aku nak mula diet. These are the people yang dah mula ada kesedaran.
What's up everyone? Selamat datang ke another episode of Lesung Batu Medic Show bersama saya Dr. Roland Victor. Dan hari ni kita nak lesung lagi topik biasanya pada hujung tahun. Ada banyak azam. Azam nak kaya lah, azam nak jadi awet baru lah, dan juga azam biasanya nak kurangkan berat badan. So topik today is tahun baru, diet baru. Dan bersama saya ialah Coach Cam, an old friend. How are you, Coach?
Alhamdulillah, sihat. What's up,
Coach,
guys? It's your brother from another mother, Coach Cam.
Tu style dia, tengok dah masuk dah. So Cam dengan saya mungkin kita dah kenal agak lama juga, daripada zaman-zaman Instagram, TikTok and everything, sekarang ni kepada zaman podcast pula.
Yes.
So I think Cam is a good guy to discuss tentang isu diet-diet ni dan juga azam-azam baru ni yang biasanya orang akan ada lah untuk tahun baru ni. Biasanya kita akan mulakan with going to the gym.
Betul.
Tiba-tiba semua nak buat sign up.
Betul.
Masuk gym. I think you also be receiving a lot of signing biasanya masuk akhir tahun ni. So Cam, how you been? What's new on your side?
Alhamdulillah. First thing, thank you very much Dr. Roland sebab bagi peluang saya datang for having this podcast with you. Dah selalu tengok dah. Especially curious apa maksud lesung ni. So Dr. Roland dah bagi tahu tadi maksud lesung di sebaliknya. So okay, faham. And as for now, sama juga macam Dr. Roland, kita buat podcast and kita cuba sedaya upaya untuk membantu lebih ramai orang. And you are right, orang dah mula tanya, Coach, I nak kurus tau, tapi Januari I start. Semua orang dah bagi tahu awal lah kan. So we dah mula dapat the inquiries, cuma permulaannya belum mula lagi because semua orang tunggu selepas balik daripada cuti. So this is what's happening now lah currently. And hopefully insyaAllah in future juga orang nampak nak jadi sihat dengan kurus ni bukan azam, ia adalah matlamat hidup kan. Kita bukan buat benda tu untuk hari Januari je. Februari dah Chinese New Year, orang dah bercuti, naik balik. March kalau nak naik balik susah pula nak masuk bulan puasa, betul tak?
Yes, I just wanted to touch on that and you dah press the button already. So agaknya macam ni, macam April je kena start. Rasa-rasa mungkin bulan Ogos kot.
Bila raya dah habis, hari raya haji dah habis kan. Because that's the pattern. Manusia punya behaviour, I mean we're going to touch a bit about behaviour. Dr. Roland pun explain this area kan. Manusia buat sesuatu based on behaviour. Kan? Kita nak diet, kita tunggu masa yang sesuai. Selalunya lah, if you ask me, most of this client yang betul-betul boleh commit, satu nak kahwin atau sebelum kahwin. Yang kedua putus cinta atau sakit hati. Yang ketiga, nak buktikan kat kawan atau saudara mara yang diorang boleh jadi kurus. Last but not least, diorang just not want to feel better. If diorang punya matlamat hanya untuk jangka masa pendek, diorang akan gagal. And each time, kita consult orang, and how we help our client is based on consulting dulu. Kita kena kenal pasti bahawa kita boleh tolong atau tidak. Bukan semua orang kita boleh tolong. Ada orang pernah datang, kata, Coach, I nak kurus. Bila kita tanya, kenapa nak kurus ya? I fed up lah gemuk, I nak confidence. What do you mean by confident? Oh, I tak nak orang ejek I gemuk dah. I tak nak ni, tak nak tu. So I'm like, okay. So kita tolong lah. Selepas 3 bulan, dia berjaya turun hampir 10 kilo. Amazing lah. Her own hard work and dedication. Akan tetapi, when she got the recognition atau pujian daripada orang, kau dah lawa, kau dah kurus. Masa tu lah, Coach, sorry Coach, I dah tak boleh commit lah Coach. I think kan, I dah ke laut. It's because they really get what they want. Iaitu, they want to be acknowledged by people yang diorang dah kurus. So nasihat saya kepada you all, kalau nak kurus, jangan buat untuk Januari. You nak kurus sebab nak bantu family, keluarga, saudara mara and people out there.
So you mentioned that you started some new agenda for obesity. Share sikit apa agenda tu, obesity 1%.
Okay. Thank you doktor for bring up that topic. Sebenarnya saya memang dalam misi untuk membantu mengurangkan 1% obesity di Malaysia. You all must be asking like, kenapa nak turun 1%?
Turun 1% ke turun ke 1%?
Turunkan 1%.
1% sikit sangat.
That's about like 30,000.
Okay.
So just nak beritahu, nak bantu 10 orang pun susah orang yang ada masalah obesity dan masalah kesihatan. Bukan tak boleh, boleh. Susahnya is because majority people assume that they have this mindset, aku nak kurus, tapi maklumlah saudara mara aku, keluarga aku semua sakit, semua gemuk. So tak boleh. This is our genetic. This is our lumrah hidup. So I'm like, okay tak apa. If you have that mindset, tak boleh tolong lah. Kan? Akan tetapi, I'm looking. Saya tengah mencari-cari orang yang macam, saya tahu saya sakit, saya tahu saya kena ubah, siapa saya kena minta tolong dari? Dr. Roland, banyak lagi doktor kat luar sana juga, dan juga saya. So saya dalam misi nak bantu mengurangkan 1% dahulu. Just that's the first short term goal.
So when you bila coach Cam lihat pada 1% ni, what is the timeline ke, bila orang nak masuk ke, or this apa modul yang coach Cam sediakan? Is it going to be an online module that they just DIY themselves, ataupun ada yang kena masuk kepada your gym, ataupun ada yang perlu subscribe to certain food function, ada yang mungkin subscribe pada produk timbang kilo ke, minum teh ni ke, teh tu, macam-macam teh ada. What is the strategical point ataupun yang you tengah cuba?
How do we measure? Macam mana kita sukat kita punya kejayaan? As for now, our data is based on our client. So alhamdulillah sampai hari ini kami dah berjaya membantu lebih daripada 2,400 klien. As for now. Consult dah memang ramai lah, alhamdulillah. Now, we measure based on how successful we have helped our client. So we measure based on that. Macam mana kita measure? Bukan setakat body weight, bukan setakat body fat, tapi the medical report. So kepada mereka yang tak kenal saya, you can have a look at my social media. I have my social media di mana saya berkongsi pasal klien-klien saya. And they give me their kelulusan lah. They allow me to share dia masalah
success story lah.
Dia success story and masalah kesihatan. I know many people out there, dia macam, tak nak lah, nanti you bagi tahu I sakit. Bukan kita nak bagi tahu dia orang sakit. Kita nak memberi inspirasi yang orang sakit boleh jadi sihat. Kan? So itu dia. So back to your question, macam mana? So we help our client first. And how we help our client is because these are the people yang nak dibantu. Semua rakyat Malaysia nak jadi kurus, handsome, bergaya, lawa. Tapi bukan semua yang nak ubah. So kami cuba mencari orang yang betul-betul nak ubah. Dari mana? First, how they think. They accept. Especially, nowadays orang ada social media kan, diorang pandai. Buka TikTok semua benda tahu. Kita advise, nak kurus ni buat macam ni. Oh tak apa coach, I dah tahu dah. Tapi kenapa masih tak sihat lagi? Because degil lah kan. So we are helping people yang dah memang membuka minda mereka untuk mengubah cara pemakanan diorang dan juga lifestyle diorang. So this is one approach. Via online. So we do a lot of content, as many content as we can, social media. Dari situ barulah kami tahu siapa kami boleh bantu. So this is the approach for now.
Understand. So how so in terms of the strategy, first thing is they need to ubah pemikiran. Okay, I think itu sangat-sangat penting. Biasanya kalau kita lihat macam pada pergerakan masuk ke tahun baru tu, the idea untuk menukar tu ada. They feel that bila nombor tu daripada 2003 pindah ke 2004 tu, automatically it's like a new leap. A new year. So they bench it by years lah, because all statistik pun kita gunakan sukatan melalui tahun, annual report, and so I think that thing sinks in the head. So I want to be a bit forgiving in that thing, so to allow people to embrace benda tu. So satu benda. Okay, so dari segi prep ataupun preparasi ataupun preparation kepada that process, biasanya what you all will do. Tak kisahlah, mungkin ada individu nak mula pada bulan Februari, dia ambil tahun baru Cina pula. Dia tak ambil Roman punya kalender, dia ambil tahun baru Cina. So how would you see that? I mean, is there a preconditioning yang kena buat Alicia to do that?
Okay, since doktor nak saya bagi tips juga kat you guys kan. So sebelum saya nak bagi tips, saya nak you all faham ni. Dalam mengubah kita punya karakter atau personality kan. Dalam psikologi, again I'm not a psychiatrist or therapist, however memang kita implement. Saya memang kena baca untuk implement benda ni kat klien kita. There's a psychology of changes. Dengar ya. Dalam psychology of changes, ada beberapa fasa. Bermaksud, mesti kita ada kawan kan, diorang berbadan besar, diorang tak sihat, tapi diorang tak tahu yang diorang badan besar dengan tak sihat. So that is usually the fasa pertama lah, pre-contemplating. Diorang tak tahu. Diorang tak tahu yang dia tak sihat, diorang tak tahu diorang tak besar. Fasa kedua pula, diorang tahu tapi baru nak ubah. Contemplating. Yang ketiga pula adalah preparation. Preparation adalah orang yang macam tengah tengok TikTok sekarang. Tengah macam next year January aku nak mula diet. These are the people yang dah mula ada kesedaran. So orang yang fasa ketiga ni senang sikit nak tolong. So how we help them? Social media or whatever way lah yang kita boleh contribute and bagi knowledge. Fasa keempat pula, diorang akan take action. Usually-nya take action tu bulan Januari ke Februari lah kan. So we hope mereka yang mendengar, yang dah mula ada kesedaran, akan mengambil tindakan untuk ubah. It's okay if you only do a week. It's okay if you only do 10 days. It's okay. At least you know you dah ada dalam fasa ketiga, nak masuk fasa keempat. Yang terakhir sekali, dua benda boleh berlaku. One, you relapse, which is very common lah. Awal tahun orang buat, lepas tu 30 hari, alamak, aku down lah, aku tak boleh buat. So they relapse, they restart all over again. Or they growth. Diorang maju lagi. So we hope that orang yang tengah mendengar sekarang, you all yang tengah mendengar sekarang, bukan saja dapat mengambil tindakan nak ubah, tapi dapat maju. And how do you maju untuk berjaya? Cari orang yang boleh bantu you all.
Betul. I think I just nak tambah sikit from apa coach Cam kata. I think is where you need to have that mentor ataupun coach. I think I experience this myself when kita boleh pergi gym pada awal lah. Mungkin I've been gym mungkin 15-16 tahun pernah pergi gym already.
Right.
Okay? But my idea of gym is not to size up. My idea is I don't play football so much macam dulu. So for me is okay, where do I burn my calories? I go to the gym. Macam hari ni I tak pergi gym. I pergi Padang, I lari 3 km barefoot, kaki ayam, bawa bola for 45 minutes. Siap buat grounding and I'm done in 45 minutes. Siap masa tu boleh buat live pun.
Right.
Okay? So it depends on apa pun kita nak. Tetapi I would say masa 2019 when I had a coach, I know that dengan ada coach ni, they will push you another level.
Agree.
Berat-berat yang Syed tak pernah buat, macam buat deadlift, squat ni, I memang tak suka buat because of my old injuries of my knee. So jadi I can selalu avoid buat apa body, buat quad, leg push and thing. Tapi go to the squat machine payahlah nanti knee dislodge lagi, buat hal 6 bulan kau out.
Faham?
So I never did. But my coach broke that psychological barrier.
Yes.
Broke the psychological barrier until I could deadlift my own body weight.
Nice.
At that point. And then I know when he left, I was coachless. You go back to that lazy mode a bit. You go to that safe zone a bit. Because kenapa? You tak ada assistance. Betul. And another thing is, dia tak ada orang yang is on the side there just to like tap you and say like one more rep, do it, kind of thing. So when people macam you ada to mengiring atau membantu them, it's like nudging them ataupun a softer word is like to babysit a bit, so that you cross every stairs to go up, rather than you turun tangga tu, you naik tangga of the progress.
Betul. Okay, nak tambah sikit juga. Memang ada kajian yang menyatakan bila ada satu orang tolong you, regardless qualified not qualified, the accountability is between each other, you boleh berjaya walaupun cara tu salah. Contohnya, katalah saya kata kalau nak kurus tu kena skipping rope setiap hari. I'm not saying that's wrong, I'm not saying that's great. That's one of the way. Walaupun orang tu dengar cakap coach dia atau kawan dia and buat benda tu, akan nampak hasil because the accountability. So macam okay, aku kena buat sebab nanti Dr. Roland datang training aku. So benda macam tu tau. So you guys yang baru nak mula lah kan, you dah sedar, okay, I need to do something about it. Where should I start? Mula apa? Cari benda yang you suka. Kalau you kata skipping rope, okay, do skipping rope with a friend. Kalau ada satu geng lagi bagus, lagi semangat kan. Ingat tak zaman dulu-dulu banyak group training, semangat, semua nak kurus. Macam-macam program ada kat luar sana. But as for now, you find a friend or two yang you percaya, yang mempunyai semangat dan matlamat yang sama. Percayalah. Walaupun cara salah, masih nampak perubahan.
Yeah, I think that's something very similar yang you katakan is that group tu, it plays a psychological impact sebab dia macam energy macam masa kita kanak-kanak. Kalau nak main bola, walaupun main bola petang tu, kaki ayam ke apa pun, kalau tak cukup orang, we don't get to play that 11 aside.
Agree?
And kita akan pergilah kayu basikal ke rumah untuk pastikan tim kita turun untuk we can get to play
betul.
that thing. So that thing is very psychological yang you katakan, because kalau you tak show up, you disappoint. So human ni, they hate disappointment.
Right.
So technically when you do a training single, you have no one to disappoint and you can accept your own disappointment.
Okay.
But you malu muka you kalau you disappoint others.
Yes.
And you don't show up. Macam ada 3 orang nak main for day today nak buat leg day. So one guy don't show up. Always dia kencing.
Betul.
So lama-lama you feel bad. So either you leave the group or you stick and you show up. So it's always that show up mentality.
Betul.
In the gym is like very very important mantra lah.
Yes.
So tapi okay, balik pada this thing, kita touch sedikit tentang coaching and everything. Okay, I nak touch something about also dalam this process is pemakanan.
Okay.
It's a big thing. One of the paling besar punya proses dalam working out, gaining weight ataupun losing weight is the diet.
Yes, of course.
What are you all seeing? Anything new you guys have untuk tahun depan?
Okay, saya tak nak specify company apalah yang offer produk-produk ni. Tapi it was just couple weeks ago, masa saya tengah buat live, tiba-tiba ada orang kata, "Coach, do you know this kind of diet tak?" So dia bagi tahu. Bila dia bagi tahu, nama pun nampak sangat macam, you know, like it's not a diet. Usually diet ni memang ada nama sains kat belakangnya, macam ketogenic, you know, so pescatarian, you know, locotarian, whatever lah. So memang nampak bunyi sains. Tapi ini bunyi sangat-sangat menjual. So I was like, okay, bila saya baca, basically they just want you to berpuasa, makan sikit and ambil produk. So sama je macam produk-produk lain. I have no issue dengan orang jual produk, but why not transparent, bagi tahu orang that hey, when you have a proper nutrition along with supplement, it helps your process. Sama juga, as a qualified coach, kami memberitahu kepada klien, sebelum you nak buat apa-apa, try your very best. Ubah cara pemakanan dahulu. Because you can go to the gym every day, you can berlari every day, tapi kalau you tak jaga makan, dia bunyi macam kawan-kawan kita kat luar sana yang kata, aku dah 2 tahun pergi gym tau, tapi tak kurus-kurus juga. Rasa-rasa umur kot. They will start blaming something else. But the fact is, pemakanan. So, benda yang paling baru saya dengar adalah cara pemakanan tersebut. I cannot specify because it's very straightforward. Pergi ke produk tersebut lah. Kepada anda semua yang baru nak mula berdiet lah kan, mungkin next year baru nak mula diet, cari cara pemakanan yang sangat senang untuk diikuti. Jangan cari cara pemakanan yang paling complicated disebabkan ada influencer ke selebriti yang berjaya turun 10 kilo. So try not to do that because it's very unhealthy to do things drastically because it cannot be sustained. Kita nak buat macam saya kata tadi kan, kita nak buat sesuatu yang boleh sustain and menjadi lifestyle.
Okay. Going deeper sikit.
Okay.
I want to ask you, because benda ni mungkin related to apa yang saya pun lihat kat klinik.
Okay.
Genetics and diet. Okay. Saya rasakan orang Malaysia ni sekarang ni, dia punya problem is memilih diet yang quick fix. Fast, easy to eat, grab and go. Kind of diet. Okay. Dia kerja, dia malas and just want to tapau something, and they end up eating the wrong stuff already.
Okay.
Macam malam predominantly lebih banyak sangat carbohydrate berbandingkan dengan makan protein ataupun something light. And then macam pagi banyak sangat makan ayam, eggs and high carb kind of diet. Are you seeing that macam we are lacking certain issues dari segi what we can eat, genetically, ataupun benda ni dah cuba-cuba dah this thing jadi estrogenik, this thing jadi masalah kepada hormon ni kacau and everything, tapi sebab the situation of malas lah, cincai, just do it, and then they're not getting the result.
Okay.
And then bila of course at your position, kita akan lihat, mereka akan start the workout, start the diet, but then they still not seeing the results accelerate.
Okay.
Seeing some changes tapi tak banyak, but then when they come over to our side and see like, you know what, inflammation you tinggi, omega 3, cholesterol you tinggi, your hormone for female mungkin estrogen dia out, testosterone lelaki rendah pula, so they cannot grow muscle, having all of this bercelaru. So but then if we zoom down a bit into their diet, the genetics and family history a bit, are you all seeing that as a pattern?
I bagi dua jawapan. Jawapan pertama, general public semua orang fahamnya. Mungkin tak makan cukup atau mungkin makan terlalu banyak. Basically, general answer would be calorie counting lah. Kan, I would just say in general answer, mungkin kalori dia banyak sangat, that's why tak boleh kurus. Tapi Dr. Roland tengah tanya, what are the impact of the food towards hormone? So ni topik mendalam sikit. So I will answer a bit, Dr. Roland akan sambungkan. We will see dari segi perspektif of sekejap dia panggil body clock, circadian rhythm. Ada impak dia tau. Okay, klien-klien, saya bagi tahu kat klien saya, it's okay kalau you nak makan karbo malam. Saya bagi tahu. Tapi kita nak masuk dalam sikit dari segi circadian rhythm lah, how the body releases cortisol, serotonin, semua benda ni memang ada kena-mengena dengan body clock kita, and apakah makanan yang sesuai untuk makan ketika itu. So Dr. Roland bagi tahu tadi, inflamasi, makan ni banyak sangat, itu banyak sangat. Okay, usually it's always best to start the day with protein and fats. It's always best. Tapi for klien saya kata it's okay for you to makan apa yang you nak, because I cannot force them to change their habit initially. Tapi selepas tu perlahan-perlahan bila diorang dah mula nampak hasil, diorang tanya, coach, macam mana lagi nak nampak lagi perubahan? I will do exactly the same what you ask me. We start to remove the carbohydrate and tukar ke masa yang lebih sesuai. Contohnya, bila masa yang paling aktif diorang atau bila lepas workout diorang, kita akan bagi lebih banyak karbo. So benda macam ni kita akan ubah. But back to Dr. Roland's punya soalan, kalau seseorang tu ada masalah kesihatan, kan, diorang ada masalah inflamasi badan, diorang ada masalah gout, try to reduce your carbohydrate. Do not consume refined carbohydrate, benda-benda manis atau bergula, walaupun kalorinya rendah, because impact dia berbeza. Kalau orang
shutdown.
Yes, kalau orang tu sihat, because there's a debate out there, kan. Satu orang kata, you have to remove the carb because it's not good for your body. Satu orang lagi kata, it's okay to makan carb, janji calorie deficit. What I can answer, walaupun saya tak pernah masuk campur lah, kan. I tak pernah masuk campur. I pernah kena kecam lah.
Biasa lah.
I kena kecam banyak je, I layan je, kan. Okay. I tak pernah masuk campur because we have to see in two different perspective. Therapists, psychologists, physician, diorang punya priority is pesakit. Bukan orang nak sadar, bukan orang nak kurus. It's pesakit. So their vocabulary, cara percakapan diorang is memang untuk orang sakit.
You're right.
Coaches, trainer, kita orang fokus kepada orang gemuk, orang kurus, nak sadar, itu je. So that's why our language is more on calorie counting, going to the gym, lifting weight. But what if, satu situasi ni lah, my client dia ada masalah hyperuricemia, dia ada kencing manis, dia ada darah tinggi. Semua benda tu ada. And dia tak pergi gym. Because dia tak pernah pergi gym. And she's 62. Should I tell her, auntie, you tak boleh ni, kena pergi gym? I think she quit lah. But the thing is, kita ubah cara pemakanan dia. Kita memang ubah cara pemakanan dia bersesuaian dengan masalah kesihatan dia, dengan lifestyle dia. So, just to clarify, bagi tahu semua orang, coaches kat luar sana tak salah bila diorang cakap calorie in, calorie out. Memang tak salah. But at the same time juga, ada juga orang kat luar sana kata it's not just about calories. Pun tak salah. I have to agree in both of them. Cuma we have to see who are their target audience and market. Orang sakit ke atau orang sihat. Kalau kita bagi nasihat kepada orang yang sihat, macam orang sakit, diorang akan rasa, kenapa strict sangat?
Yeah, you're right lah. I think simple analogy macam kereta lah. You nak tuang RON 95 boleh, you nak tuang RON 97 boleh. You want to tuang the Formula 1 punya minyak pun boleh. It's also based on their journey on how specific and terrific they want to be.
Right.
Some people mungkin they always been in a perfect BMI. Daripada umur 17-18 tahun dia ni. Tapi dia rokok, dia makan sikit-sikit, they have their coffee, teh tarik and everything.
Right.
But they seem to be fine lah. And they say like, I don't work out pun aku stable lah. Then it's just like, you got jackpot genetics lah maybe some people.
Right.
But for some people, they are very diligent. They buat 2-3 bulan dia tak buat, dia lari, dia boom.
Right.
And then they got to go back again and do the whole 9 yards.
Faham?
So memang apa coach kata, I think I agree that we can be simple and we can be very technical if you want to. It's just like how deep you want it to go. Dia macam ni lah. Kalau orang pergi make up perkahwinan, dia punya make up tu sangat detail kan.
Yes.
Macam tu.
Betul juga.
So it depends what your journey is. The journey is. Tapi memang lah apa you katakan like for me, some patients yang datang, I would be very specific because saya bukannya tengok patient dekat hospital,
Right.
but I see patients who want to go into that. I want to be like that 90%. I want to be that 95% is punya blood result.
Okay.
I want to be top of my game dalam business. Aku nak bila swing my golf stick, I don't have pain. I still want to travel around the world even I'm 75 years old and then rasa I tak sakit badan and main dengan cucu-cucu dia and everything. So they're willing to invest in their vitamin drip. They're willing to invest into proper blood diagnosis. They're willing to invest into proper supplementation, food and everything. Dia sanggup makan rib eye yang RM80 pun. Tapi bila kita katakan pada patient, oh you kena tukar kepada more protein diet, you eat more beef. Eating more beef is costly. It's good.
Of course.
Tapi ada orang tak agree lah.
Yalah.
Ada orang dia kata dia die dia jadi vegetarian. Tapi tak salah. But then you also need to know like what kind of food you kena makan untuk dapatkan protein you yang cukup and everything.
Right.
Which brings me to the next question.
Okay.
I think you will see I'm seeing this. Okay. There's so many diets coming, diets that have been daripada Atkins, we went to the keto, from the keto we went to the paleo, then for the paleo kita pergi pada intermittent fasting. So now it's the trend of intermittent fasting.
Betul.
But there's also another new trend, is like betul-betul this absolute dry fasting, like 72 hours and everything. Ramai orang nak buat benda-benda ni. They are trying to experiment ni. 3 hari je tak makan apa-apa. But some people sorry, you want to hear any new things or not?
Okay, want to hear funny story?
Okay, cerita sikit.
So masa COVID kan, lockdown tu, saya tak balik rumah, saya tidur kat studio. Tapi saya adalah my mum rajin hantar baju semua. For 6 months saya tidur kat studio because I committed to doing my life on a daily basis 3 hari sekali. And pada ketika itu kita sangat bosan. What did I do? My videographer pun ada tau. Datang suruh datang duduk juga. I bayar makan semua. Kata, and he is still morbidly obese. He is 158 and he's 145 kilos. Saya kata, bro, kau duduk dengan aku akan tanggung makan minum semua. So whatever I eat, he eats. Pada ketika itu, kita orang buat water fasting. Dry fasting lah kan? Kita tak makan untuk 2 hari. First we started 2 days. And at the same time, I have an in-body scale. Kita boleh measure body weight, body composition semua. So saya buat...
Kira macam you dalam zoo lah.
Dalam zoo lah. Kan? Kita buat benda ni, lepas tu kita nak tunjuk kat halayak ramai that what can happen kalau you buat fasting tak makan langsung kan. So we did video, we did content. First 2 days tak makan tu, minum air je. It was interesting. Tak teruk sangat, tak rasa apa-apa sangat lah kan. Even my colleague yang 145 pun dia tak rasa sangat. Then we extended. Lepas 2 hari kita breakfast, makan sekali je. Then kita puasa 3 hari pula. It was amazing. Believe it or not, I think that was the time when our body start using ketones. Tiba-tiba rasa sharp gila. I buat kerja tak rasa macam...
Itu yang ramai orang kata sekarang ni. Everybody's been doing this fasting. I'm seeing some of my patients like, oh, I feel like super energetic and everything.
Yes. So memang tak minum kopi pun masa tu. Bukan tak minum kopi. It's just the feeling is so different. I felt so sharp. I buat kerja macam, kau rasa tak bro? I ask my colleague, kau rasa tak bro? Rasa lain lah. The third day tau. Tapi masa nak buka puasa third day tu, kenyang sangat because the perut kecut kan. So I had only laju seria dan tak boleh makan dah. And we attempt 5 hari tak makan langsung. So the third day we survive. The third day malam tu I dah mula berfikir macam-macam. Aku mati tak kalau esok aku bangun? Sebab tak ada makanan 4 hari. First time in my life kan, tak pernah buat. Apparently survive. I mean of course lah, Alhamdulillah kan. 5 hari tak makan semua, tak rasa apa-apa langsung.
Did you check your in body and all that time?
Yes. This is where I'm going to go to lah. Kan. Yang hari ke-5 tu kita buat, memang boleh je tak makan ke seminggu kot. We wanted to do that tau. Tapi macam, but takut apa-apa, tak apalah, kita just makan je lah. So we ended on the third attempt tu adalah 5 hari tak makan. And we did in body test. My colleague, that 145 kilo, he lost 15 kilos in a period of almost 2 weeks.
Wow.
However, his weight loss yang turun, yes, lemak dan juga otot. I lost 5 kilos of muscles. I shrunk. Of course lah, dalam masa kan ada about 65 to 70% air. And I'm not feeding my body with sufficient protein. Minimum amount of protein a person should consume is 0.7 gram. Minimum tau. Ini
Per
kan
kg.
per kilo body weight. And this is Mr. Sador, tak adalah. This is someone yang ada muscle. Of course I'm going to lose a lot of muscle. So I lost 5 kilos of muscle, I gained about almost 3 kilos of fat. So the composition berubah.
At that point, what was your base fat percentage at that point when you did this?
I think it was like 20%.
Okay.
Somewhat tinggi jugalah, 20%. I went down a bit lah, body fat about 2% plus. Tapi bila body fat tu jatuh, masa pun jatuh, lemak tu naik sikit. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, so fasting cannot sustain the muscle. Kan banyak orang kata, when you do intermittent fasting, your GH level tinggi, then able to sustain muscle. I would argue on that because someone has a lot of muscle, you need to preserve the muscle. At least you kena makan. Kena makan sikit lah, minimum amount. So for me, minimum amount would be about 75 gram. Paling sikit. Tapi I tak makan langsung. I makan setiap 2 hari, 3 hari, 5 hari. So I bound to lose my muscle.
But for your camera guy, the fat that he lost compared to muscle and water?
He lost, okay, first thing, he doesn't work out.
Okay.
So he doesn't have much muscles.
Okay.
So he lost more fat lah. So based on this, tapi cuma ada 2 orang je lah. We cannot say this is the fact lah kan. Kalau lah ada ramai lagi orang kat luar sana, bodybuilder, would want to attempt 5 hari berpuasa, I believe, I might be wrong, I believe chances are most of them will lose most of their muscle compared to their fat because they need to preserve their muscles. So it's
no, wrong. Opposite.
Sorry?
It'll be opposite. So because you see, kalau bodybuilders, their body size will be so big. Okay. So the visceral fat and also their musculoskeletal fat, skin fat, subcutaneous fat, all very minimum.
Correct.
Okay, you're looking at someone maybe like athlete level 10-7%, not going for competition, like they are below like 3% punya body fat.
Right.
So in that position, the body doesn't have enough storage of fat already.
Right.
So where is going to go? It's going to go and whack the only go and whack the muscle. So in the guy who is like this morbid, obese and everything, the body will say like, hey, you know what? I got enough of fat tank inside. Let me go and get the fat first, because the bodybuilder punya 7% ni, the body don't want to sacrifice that anymore because
survival mechanism,
because you still need some form of fat in the body to layer and selaput all your visceral organs inside.
Okay, so nak tambah sikit kat situ since doktor masuk ke bahagian tu kan. Okay, kenapa body tak masih gunakan lemak sedangkan orang tu body fat dalam rendah kan? Okay, as what we discuss, survival mechanism, body fat dia kena ada essential fat at least 3%. Okay, at the same time dalam metabolic pathway, perjalanan macam mana badan menggunakan tenaga, ada cara dia. We don't decide, the body decide. So bila seseorang tu kandungan lemak dia rendah, otot dia banyak, badan nak survive, diorang ada cara untuk menggunakan otot tu sebagai tenaga. The process dipanggil gluconeogenesis. Tiba-tiba tau, badan you kan je, okay, there's no energy, where do we get? Not the fat. Okay, kita break down the muscle, catabolic process. Break down the muscle tu akan proses gluconeogenesis, tukar jadi glukos, jadi sumber tenaga. So itu yang orang ingat, okay, kalau aku buat IF, confirm guna lemak je. So doktor tambah kat sini, kalau orang tu gemuk, They have
That will happen.
Yes, that will happen. They have excess amount of fat. That will happen. I agree on that. Bila doktor kata salah, tu macam
Saja je.
Terkejut kita tadi kan. So betul lah apa doktor kata. So kepada mereka kat luar sana, kalau you morbidly obese, you besar, high body fat, yalah buatlah. Tapi for me, and I believe banyak orang kat luar sana yang ada banyak otot, it's not suitable for you guys. You start to catabolize your muscles.
Yeah, and kids don't try this at home. Leave the danger to us. Biar kita check betul-betul all of this. Jangan jadi hero and just experiment on certain diets, because kenapa? Sometimes some people tak tahu. Walaupun dia obese, but they are actually having high diabetes levels, sugar dia sangat tinggi, dia ingat dia bangga dia keto. Tapi they are having diabetic ketoacidosis. Dia actually boleh menyebabkan you dapat diabetic coma and everything. Itu yang biasanya yang doktor-doktor yang meraung dekat hospital kata, oh jangan buat keto and everything. See, they seeing in a different perspective. But if you have macam physician, macam doktor yang macam like in our genre, we are seeing the wellness segment, and we also seeing the clinical disease based segment, then we will have a much more balanced narrative. Kita takkan kata okay, we don't allow you just to be extreme, but at least kalau we are monitoring, we can guide with the coach, with the proper diet and everything towards that.
Okay, nak tambah sikit kepada you guys, you ladies yang tengah mendengar dan menonton tau, memang tak salah kita belajar daripada social media. Tapi it's always best for you to still seek professional advice, physician and qualified coach. Kenapa? Because you may assume. You rasa macam, oh aku gemuk. Oh aku rasa pening ni mungkin sebab kekurangan garam kot. You just assume. Bila you jumpa physician of course dia akan cuba diagnose, dia dengar, then dia akan buat test. Dari situ baru dapat benda yang betul. Because when you assume you pandai-pandai, you jadi macam doktor, self-diagnose. Kan? Mana tahu bukan kurang garam, sebenarnya hypo.
Ataupun iron tak cukup.
Oh, benda-benda macam tu. So, yes, it's good to get more information. Macam saya kata tadi, dalam perubahan nak ubah diri you kena tahu dahulu. Selepas tu, cari orang yang boleh tolong you. Jangan buat sendiri, susah gila. You akan sesat macam ramai orang kat luar sana. Kenapa ya? Semua benda I dah buat. Semua benda yang dia tahu je. Tapi doktor dah belajar bertahun-tahun. Cuba cari doktor untuk tolong you. Proses lagi senang.
Cuba cari coach yang sentiasa bersama you. Okay. Another question. Bila tanya pada soalan coach bersama you. Okay. How does the coaching work at the moment for you? Because kadang-kadang you ada clients from out of KL dan sebagainya kan. So how is the guidance of coaching berlaku sekarang? Bukan hanya pada fokus pada training saja.
Okay.
Because you guys go into the diet, to the training, a bit of the lifestyle and everything, that mentoring, semua benda tu kira kompleks lah. And for people to subscribe to something like this, how flexible it is? Because kadang-kadang orang, I kerja malam, I balik petang, I nak tidur, then when I can do, and then masa tu you all are not there. So how does that work?
Okay.
What do you all offer?
So kalau nak tanya dari segi what we offer, we help clients based on nutritional plan dan juga exercise program. There are clients atau there are people out there, diorang lebih suka bersenam tapi tak jaga makan. Which I have to respect that. Diorang nak bersenam macam orang gila je. Kalau boleh seminggu 3-4 kali. Which I respect that. And tak nak jaga makan. They are fine if diorang tak nampak perubahan tau. Strange. They are fine because they just want to feel good about themselves. Okay. And there are also klien kat luar sana yang diorang hanya nak jadi siang kurus tapi tak training. So what we offer is kita tolong klien dari segi pemakanan dan senaman, and klien dekat luar daripada KL, what they can do, they can just contact us via social media, and dari situ kita consult diorang. Selepas kita consult diorang, kita tahu masalah kesihatan mereka dan atau masalah berat badan mereka, dari situ baru kami tolong. So alhamdulillah sampai hari ini we have client all around, not Malaysia but the world.
No worry.
All around the world. Dari segi training pula, it's always best for individu kat luar sana datang kat studio dulu for us to assess. Because bukan semua orang kita boleh bantu. Ada orang-orang yang mempunyai kecederaan atau masalah yang saya tak boleh bantu, di mana saya akan refer diorang kepada physiotherapy. So how I work is very dynamic. I work with physician, I work with therapist, I work with a psychologist. Yes, I ada refer beberapa orang yang nak terjun bangunan. Dia call saya, doktor, It was during COVID. Okay, quick cerita. So this was a client of mine, former client of mine yang daripada Penang. A mother of 2 berjaya dapat six pack when we help her. Her intention was just to look kurus tapi dapat six pack. Congrats to her. Okay. Lepas tu habis lah. Program tu dah habis. That was back in 2018 kalau tak salah. Lepas tu hilang. Dan masa COVID tu, out of sudden she just contact me. She contact me, kata, "Coach, I nak you tolong I dengan meal plan." Lepas tu I'm like, "Bukan ke you dah dapat six pack dah?" Kata, "I know, but this is not about six pack." Like, "Then what do you want?" "I just want your guidance. I just want to talk to you. Tell me more." So bila kita tanya, dia luahkan perasaan, "Okay, sekarang saya dah duduk dekat sini. Saya dah pindah sebab saya ada masalah-masalah ni. Saya stres sangat, coach. I rasa macam boleh terjun bangunan je sekarang. Saya tinggal kat tingkat 9. I was like, she nak buat literally.
Tenting lah.
I was doing Zoom with her and my mind pun boleh, I pun tak tahulah. So anyway, so I kata, okay, sekejap. Bila dah dengar semua masalah dia, I kata, let me refer you to somebody yang lebih layak. Tapi dia kata, I dah jumpa terapis. I just need someone there. Macam doktor kata tadi kan, a coach to be there, to speak to them, to listen to them. So alhamdulillah lah. Sekarang dia dah ada dekat luar negara, dia buat kerja lain, dia lebih happy. So
dan ada six pack lah.
Itu she still maintain her body fat lah. So apa saya nak cuba sampaikan is ada setengah cases yang kami tak boleh bantu, kita terpaksa refer out. Yeah. So yeah, that's the dynamic of our my services.
Good. I mean there is a very holistic approach on sometimes it's a mind, body, matter, sometimes even the spirit lah, bagi semangat to the participant yang join the program,
right?
And this thing sometimes kan, the motivation tu somehow sangat-sangat penting lah. Seperti kita katakan tadi, is that to nudge you or push you, push you forward in that journey. If tak ada support, then akan rasa sangat-sangat susah.
Agree.
Untuk ni. So when we look at this, all of this are done online. For you.
Mostly online. Of course ada orang yang datang kat studio. Itu yang memang nak personal lah. And ada yang daripada online datang dekat studio to get more personal touch. Because kalau online, they have to send us their report semua benda and we only do Zoom. Okay? Tapi yang personal touch tu, I dah rasa macam terapis. Orang datang, duduk, an hour with them, they just open up things that, you know, like you pun pernah dengar banyak cerita kan. So sama je. So yes, client or potential client, you can come over to the studio or can speak to my team and I via online juga.
How big is the team at the moment? The team must be growing out of KL or everybody is centralized?
Alhamdulillah, 3 orang. InsyaAllah by next year 4 orang, because I actually need more creative team.
Nice.
Because like I said, kita do a lot online, kita want to do more videos. And podcast ni alhamdulillah sampai hari ni kita dah episode 20 tapi belum launch. Yang dah launch episode 16. And kita nak orang dengar cerita-cerita orang yang dah berjaya. Macam mana dia orang buat, apa dia orang buat. Kalau you tak nak buat pun tak apa, you dengar dulu untuk mendapat inspirasi. Kan? So this is our next step lah. Buat lebih banyak content secara online.
Understand. Any supplements? Okay.
Okay, I nak advice lah. I guna bahasa agama. Maksudnya sekejap. I bukan nak sesatkan orang ya. Maksudnya, benda wajib untuk jadi sihat, penjagaan makanan. Okay. Benda sunat adalah senaman. Faham kan? Tak bersenam pun tak apa. Bersenam bagus. Yang ketiga, harus untuk suplemen, harus ambil suplemen untuk mereka yang bersenam. I'm not saying supplement as in vitamin semua tau. I'm saying supplement macam creatine, glutamin, semua benda ni. Because it helps to recover faster. And if you take vitamin, even better. So haruslah. Bukan saya kata kalau orang tak bersenam jangan ambil. Seek for your doctor's advice. Kalau you ada kekurangan something, then they can advise you what you should consume. So jawapan saya macam tu. Benda wajib, penjagaan makanan dahulu. Jangan fokus nak beli produk apa, nak buat senaman apa. Benda wajib dulu. Lepas tu baru buat benda sunat. Nak buat senaman apa. Kalau tak nak bersenam tak apa. Bergerak. And once you dah completed jaga makan, dah bersenam, then you can start taking supplement, multivitamin semua benda ni. So for people yang bersenam, memang go to the gym, lift weight semua. Creatine I would consider is essential kalau you tak makan banyak daging, and also certain kind of amino acid dan juga glutamine.
Okay. I want to go deep on that thing. Sure. Harus tu. Makanan. Okay, tapi makanan that we have at the moment, wajib kan? Okay, makanan tu jadi wajib. So the problem is our food.
Okay.
We have orang yang nak jadi vegetarian ataupun plant-based protein everything seems to be consuming more glyphosate, consuming more pesticide, more herbicide, yang akan mungkin jadi estrogen sensitive pada badan mereka, and also tambah berat badan, and they end up having more carbs. They think just leafy green tu is safe, tapi ada leafy green yang banyak oxalates. Tu satu masalah. Lepas tu kita ada masalah kepada the cost of pemakanan protein berbandingkan dengan the cost of pemakanan benda yang berlemak. Berlemak means like good fat. Talking about like butter, talking about like ghee, olive oil, avocado and all of the shebangs itu. The benda tu semua memang cost sensitive. Kita tak boleh cerita lah. Harga nak makan macam ikan yang like kita macam bukan ikan barhain, tapi at least yang meat premium lah. Maksudnya macam tinggiri ke janaha ke apa macam tu, bandingkan dengan salmon or cod and everything. It's expensive. Daging merah tak payah cerita lah. Memang kita tahu daging merah tu dah dikira macam paling premium punya meat. So Malaysians akan adapt tu, makan ayam je lah. Makan telur je lah.
Faham?
So also with this kita nampak the food, walaupun kita hanya melihat daripada satu naratif. You see again the dietitians, the physicians all are just going to go by just the calorie problem. When you see the calorie problem, memanglah you boleh ambil 4 calories of carb, 4 calories of protein per gram, or 9 calories of fat per gram. You are only sticking to that issue. But now we are also going to a problem that consciousness of eating. Maksudnya apa sebenarnya dalam selain daripada benda ni, binatang-binatang yang kita nampak as macronutrition and mungkin the micros inside. We have another problem of the contamination of pesticide, herbicide, express growing hormone, antibiotics, all of this, which is also contributing to a lot of our problems. And how do you all see this in your thing, or it's still going to be like, you know what, first let's get them up to the first 2 staircase first, then we go into more detailed things. I mean, adakah coach bersetuju that benda ni satu problem yang we are facing secara nyata? Memang kalau kita buat blood test kita nampak. Tetapi now when it comes to the coaching, how many coaches, how many people are really now looking into this kind of minute data that we can make a change if some things are taken off, and we can see more result, better results?
So jawapan ni mungkin punya technical sikit. I try to simplify, and doktor pun boleh tambah lah. Kalau saya nak bagi tahu kat orang, do you know kalau you makan this kind of food, it contains xenoestrogen, tak bagus untuk badan, they were like, kenapa tak bagus? So for me to explain, it sounds like I'm a physician, so I'm not qualified to say that. So
but you know the problem?
They don't want to take action because it doesn't show a big impact to them. Contohnya lah, let's say this guy is morbidly obese, lepas tu a lot of accumulation of fat under the chest. Dia ada gyno. Contoh lah, bro, you kena kurangkan makan A, B, C, D. Tapi coach, I tak suka lah. I boleh tak I just makan ayam je? We could just explain to them. Regardless, even though they know, they still, tapi coach tak apalah, I still nak makan ayam juga. So I have no power. I have the information to tell them, but if they want to take action, it's their choice. So
it's just like smoking lah, or vaping macam tu lah. If they want to take action, they can take. No means it just goes to deaf ears.
Yeah, and I might cakap salah lah bahagian ni, tapi betulkan ya. So we are in a generation di mana we consume excessive amount of calories with undernutrition. Kita makan banyak, tapi nutrisinya tak banyak. Kalori dia tinggi, tapi dalam tu tak ada sangat. Because again, we go for benda yang senang nak dapat. I faham kenapa doktor tanya benda ni. Because he pointed out just now, makanan benda wajib. What if kita choose makanan yang tak betul? We should supplement ourselves. We should, contohnya apa? Wanting to keluarkan estrogen daripada badan juga is DIMS. Kalau you tak tahu apa benda tu, tak apa. Go to pharmacy, you can ask from them. Or you can have more green leafy vegetable macam broccoli. Cruciferous vegetable. Tapi macam doktor kata tadi. Tapi macam mana? Banyak juga benda kat dalam tu. I know. So what would you want to do? So I could only advise them.
Fast for 3 days.
Pun boleh juga kan. Tapi kalau orang tu tapi tak suka fast, because there are people out there, dia orang nak tapi tak nak follow.
We've come to a generation of spoil for choice lah.
Macam what I mentioned earlier, that there's so many information out there, orang tengok dari social media and diorang rasa dia tahu semua benda. When we know we dah bantu ramai orang kan, we know their cases tak besar macam mana pun, we give advice pun tak nak. I do not want to listen to your advice because it doesn't suits us. That's why I tukar dah my narrative now. Dulu I kata kalau you nak result kena buat macam ni. Now my narrative in my social media I kata up to you lah. You nak makan burger, makanlah. I reach to a point whereby people that really want to change is orang yang nak separuh jalan nak mati. Sorry lah to use that word kan. Bila dia nak mati je, barulah okay, I listen to you. What I need to remove, what I have to avoid, when should I sleep. Tapi orang yang sihat ni, walaupun dia orang sakit, yang sihat tu maknanya dia orang rasa dia boleh bekerja, boleh bergerak, boleh pergi dating, dia orang rasa masih sihat lah kan. They just do not want to listen to that. They just want to listen to it's okay, just cut my calories, I'll be fine.
It's a squeaking wheel theory lah. Alah bunyi sikit-sikit je, bearing tu bunyi, tak apa, jalan je.
Betul.
Until saat ni the car breakdown somewhere, baru hewok kena pakai towing.
Okay, Cuk. Nak tambah, nak kongsi satu cerita ni. So this gentleman, he was my client masa sebelum COVID. Okay, so he was my client because of dia punya sister-in-law. So dia berjaya turun 15 kilo while with us, kita bantu. Congrats to him. Then that was only halfway tau. He was 140 plus. So it was only like 6 weeks. Dia dah turun 15 kilo because he's morbidly obese. Then bila dia dah happy turun 15 kilo, dia tanya, coach, I nak makan burger. I'm like, you tahu kan kenapa you jadi macam ni? I try to remind him kenapa dia gain weight. Dia kata, yes. Tapi kenapa tak boleh makan burger? I've already lost 15 kilos. I'm like, because of that, you jadi macam ni. Why not kita fokus dulu, ubah semua benda. Even though I dah bagi advice, the next time dia datang, just to let you know, I cheated. Kata, apa you makan? Oh, for the entire week, I makan burger. No, actually my son. Like, how can your son makan burger since you yang pegang duit? I try to remind him that because of his old habit, dia jadi 140 kilo lebih. To shorten the story, okay, dia dah degil sangat, walaupun dah capai, dia tak nak dengar, COVID happens. It was in the middle lah kan. COVID happens, tutup, dah tak dengar pasal dia about 3 bulan, 4 bulan, tiba-tiba Zoom pula dengan dia. My colleague beritahu, coach, this gentleman nak buat Zoom. Kata, dia nak start balik ke? Masa buat Zoom, dia dah kurus. I was like, oh bro, amazing lah bro. You, walaupun I'm not coaching you, you still boleh buat. Oh no, I dah buat bariatric surgery. Macam, what actually happened? Oh, it was so bad. After dah tak dengar cakap you, I gained back all the weight. After I gained back the weight, I dah tak boleh tidur malam, ada sleep apnea, pakai benda pernafasan tu. Then doctor kata you have to do surgery. Then he did surgery lah. So the reason why he contacted me was because dia nak training program, because he lost his weight excessive amount, he lost his muscle and semua benda berlondeh. Kulit-kulit londeh. So that's a good example cerita di mana kita boleh bantu orang, kita boleh bagi advice kalau you dengar you nampak result. Tapi kalau you tak nak dengar, mungkin satu hari nanti bila dah sakit sangat baru you nak dengar.
Understand. And then I mean we're not saying that macam bariatric surgery ni tak perlu. Some people memang perlukan.
Yes.
Memang perlukan for us to jumpstart their journey. One. Another thing is to protect them from any cardiovascular issues, stroke and everything. So some people need it, some people don't need it. But some people yang don't need it ni, yang berat badan dia 80 kg, dia nak drop 10 kg, dia pergi potong perut dia. So sometimes saya rasa macam memang ada orang akan offer you the procedure because it's cash intensive surgery. But you must understand that you will never enjoy eating a proper meal macam biasa, your absorption of certain vitamins, benda-benda tu semua akan berlaku. Tapi physician pun akan duduk dalam situation that this is a life-threatening condition, berat 150 and everything.
Yes.
But when we transform them, they lose the weight, they feel better and everything. We save their life also on that side.
Agree.
On that side. Yep. We covered a lot of things.
Yeah.
Anything else, Coach? Before we wrap up this session, this is the last episode for the year before we move on into the new year. So I wanted Coach to be the person, my last guest of the year.
Okay, I'm honored. Okay, I nak kongsi satu cerita ni untuk memberi inspirasi. One of my former client, he was 202 kilo. Okay, dia tak buat bariatric surgery. Apa dia buat? Dia datang kat studio, dia tanya apa yang saya boleh bantu tanpa bersenam. Because morbidly obese and he cannot move so much. So I advise him, just dengar je nasihat saya. Nasihat saya adalah tukar habit lama you, di mana you keluar jumpa kawan you, makan dekat tempat kerja benda tak sihat tu. Just tukar habit tu and makan benda yang lebih sihat. Alhamdulillah, selepas 9 bulan, he was 202 kilo, he went down to 127.
Wow.
Dia tak buat apa-apa. The only thing he does is makan roti, nasi. I'm not saying that go ahead makan roti yang jadi kurus. Tak. I'm saying that tukar je habit-habit yang tak sihat tu. Buang je dulu. Perlahan-lahan. Believe me, anyone boleh menjadi orang yang lebih sihat dengan baru. Of course, you need a professional advice and seek professional advice daripada doktor, your coaches, therapist semua. But it's not impossible. So untuk mereka yang ada azam baru, jangan fikir produk apa aku kena ambil, jangan fikir senaman apa paling bagus. You fikir apakah benda yang tak sihat aku kena ubah dahulu. The minute things. If you have a very bad habit lepas habis kerja makan McDonald, okay, macam mana nak ubah tak nak makan McDonald? You masih makan lepas kerja tapi bukan McDonald. So change the bad habit into a healthier habit. Start from there first. Eventually, repetitive action, it becomes a new habit. So create the new habit, a healthier new habit.
And so where do people find you?
Kepada mereka yang tak kenal saya, tak follow saya, go to my YouTube channel, TikTok channel, Instagram channel. Semua under nama saya, Cam_is1. You can find me there. Please follow me. Banyak cerita-cerita pasal klien saya yang dah berjaya saya berkongsi. Tengoklah video tu untuk mendapat inspirasi. So insyaAllah kita boleh jumpa lagi kat situ.
And also the program semua pun ada dalam platform.
Yes, kepada mereka berminat pun, when you go to my social media, kadang-kadang saya berkongsi pasal program saya. But most of the time, is cerita yang memberi inspirasi kepada you all.
Okay, thank you so much Coach
Alright.
Cam for being here with me at Lesung Batu Medic Show. Saya berharap semua information hari ni yang kita discuss ni banyak bermanfaat, terutama sekali kepada mereka yang tengah planning untuk lose weight, gain weight, looking good, nak jadi lebih healthier tahun 2024 ni. So akhir kata daripada saya is selamat tahun baru 2024. Apa-apa pun kita lesung kau. And wait, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Alright, cool.
Okay, done.
Okay, awesome.
Stay tuned, man.
Thank you, doktor.
Lawan saja je lah.
Tu,
This one tu.
bila you masuk je tak nak cakap pasal tu, okay lah, I akan sentuh sikit, but the lebih deeper you lah explain.
Yalah.
Kan. Faham. Because I believe is the message